What's up, Galaxy? It's time for Bantha Soup, the show where everything Star Wars related is up for discussion. I am your host, Gil Garcia. Today in the Bantha Tank, we're taking a look at one of my Star Wars action figure display cases. Let's check it out.
What's up, Galaxy? Today we're going to look at my 3-shelf short stack bookcase that I got from Walmart. It was $19.99. I love these short stack cases because you can do so much in such a small space. What I like to do on these cases is display a different scene diorama on each shelf. So each shelf is totally different, but it all tells one amazing story. Because it's so tall, I've got the Vandor 1 playset from Solo: A Star Wars Story. So every Solo figure I've got set up on the top shelf, and it's an amazing eye catcher. The entire top shelf is dedicated to Solo, but something that is really fun to do is I love to split up shelves into 2 individual scenes. On the left side of this shelf, I've got my Mandalorian focus. So every Mandalorian figure I can find, I put on this shelf. From the Boba Fett special edition cartoons to the Mandalorian exclusive sets. There's Dirge. Dirge is one of my favorite figures. I know he's more of an enemy of the Mandalorians, but he's really cool. I also got the Delta Squad set up in the back. As you can see, the display that they're standing on, it's pretty much just printed graphics that I printed on my computer. And as we make our way over to the right side, we've got the Rogue One team set up on the beach with Jyn Erso, Cassian, K2SO. The entire Rogue One line looks fantastic. The sculpts are incredible. Director Krennic and the Death Troopers. All I did on this was basically print off an image of sand and a Rogue One screenshot. I set up this little fort. I put a custom Gatling gun on it. It looks fantastic. And the best part is to leave lots of room for lots more figures to fit in. Oh, and this entire shelf is dedicated to Shadows of the Empire, the N64 masterpiece. This shelf is so near and dear to my heart. So every figure or character that was in the video game, I put on this shelf. So I've got Wampas, and if you can see, I basically took screen grabs of the N64 video game and basically pasted them to the back just to give honor to it and homage to this amazing video game. Dash Rendar was one of my heroes. I loved that figure. This Luke Skywalker in this red armor is a fantastic sculpt. It's a new figure. This is basically the metal Boba Fett. I'm gonna actually get a different one, and that Slave One is from the Shadows of the Empire toy line. That was kind of the Power of the Force spin-off. But look at those shots, they're so familiar. You can even see Dash Rendar's health bar. Love this shelf. And my bottom shelf is a 3-piece trifecta. On the very left, I've got a Maz Kanata display. So as I get Maz Kanata creatures or action figures, we're going to put them here. That's a little temple piece I made out of foam board and with some dollar store moss. And then I put a picture of Maz Kanata's castle on the back to kind of give it that cool illusion. This middle shelf is something I have been wanting to do for the longest time. It is the birth of the twins, the Skywalker Twins. We've got Princess Leia on the left and Luke Skywalker on the right. Got the medical droid set up, and I've got one of the Palis Massa natives there. But Obi-Wan and Bail Organa are ready to split up the twins and take them into hiding. I love that display. And to the right, we've got my take on Dex's Diner. We've got Flo standing right in the middle, greeting all the customers. To the left, I've got some miniature food set up, burgers and pizzas. That table is actually a Star Wars piece that came with a figure. That's a custom R2-D2 gumball machine that I'm making. And you got Dex standing back there serving up customers with some ice cream. Those tables actually came from a Cantina pack-in. That's a Galaga print-off that I made out of cardboard. Took a screen grab of Dex's Diner, just basically pasted it on the back and pasted some checkered board floor. Looks incredible. So that's the entire case, guys. It's so fun. I love Star Wars. Setting up, displaying is my passion. Recently, I've been spending a lot of time with my collection. Here's where I sort out my action figures and put weapons on them and get lightsabers ready. I'm always trying to think of new ways to display my Star Wars merchandise. Different ways to make them pop and really stand out, because each item is a piece of art in its own. I really do try to highlight all my figures by placing them in scene-accurate diorama displays. Really try to group figures true to the scene. I love to tell a story using your toys. You take a step back and look at a presentation and you can be like, oh man, this is the scene from Empire Strikes Back where Han Solo's getting frozen in carbonite. Just takes you right back to that moment when you saw the movie and how it made you feel. Luke, I am your father, baby. Who remembers the Fruit Loops campaign? That's ground zero for me. My first action figure I got back in 1995, the mail away Han Solo. Such a great time in my life. 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figures is the heart and soul of my collection. It is the highlight of everything that I own, especially because I love also building models and displays. And when you love setting up dioramas, there is no better action figure to collect than Star Wars. I mean, the figures speak for themselves. They're pieces of art, they're so detailed, and it's only getting better and better. When you've got a rockin' playset or display to set your Star Wars action figures on, it's magic. I dabble in all kinds of Star Wars lines, but 3 3/4 inch is where it's at for me. There's so much versatility to them. We have the playsets, you've got the vehicles, you've got all the accessories, all the weapons, all the characters that have been made from every movie, every story, comic books, cartoons. There's so many things that you can do in this size of toy. My collection honestly has been getting a little bit out of hand, so I've had to take a step back and take a good hard look and ask myself, what is the heart of my collecting? And it really is to highlight 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figures. So I've really tightened up and cleaned up my collection with my most prized possessions and the things that I really like the most, that just mean the most to me and I have the most fun with. But really focus on 3 3/4, and I will always have a place on my shelf for Jeffrey.
Before we go, I want to give a special shout out to our subscriber of the week, the Morgans. Thanks for subscribing, Ava Morgan. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, we would really appreciate a like on our video. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube to stay up to date on everything Bantha Soup. We do reviews, we build customs, we talk about everything Star Wars. Galaxy, thank you so much for watching. My name is Gil, and this is Bantha Soup.